Hi, everybody. Welcome back to CoronaCon 2020, the Virtual Security and Thought Leadership Conference with my special guest, Stefanie Drysdale. Stefanie, welcome.
Good morning, Chuck. How are you?
Good. We're going to bring your weekly cyber recap in here that we normally do and bring it into the show because I think it's relevant because of CoronaCon and what's going on. So we're at recap number 13
Excellent.
for Friday, April 3rd. Let us know what's going on in the cyber world. I'm sure it's changing rapidly, I'm sure.
It is. I mean, I think everybody's been kind of bombarded with things this week, so I'll just jump in. So this week I shared a video that was really, really helpful, I thought, for sharing tips for keeping your groceries safe. This may be a little overkill or not, but I thought it was really helpful, especially if you're grocery shopping for like an elderly neighbor or parent, just to kind of make sure that the food and things that are coming into their house are safe and that they're not going to harm them. So that was really cool. Additionally, I had the great pleasure to talk with Mark Sana this week about the hospitality industry and the COVID-19 crisis. So Mark was former head of security for Hyatt Hotels. That was just a really great opportunity to sit down with him and just hear his thoughts and see kind of where he thought the future of the hospitality industry was going with all of the new changes as it related to coronavirus and what's going to become our new normal. So additionally, this week, Seth Cutler shared the scam roundup. Love the scam roundup, just to kind of let everyone know the kind of clever things that scammers and hackers are using to try to get everyone to click. So really great to familiarize yourself with those. There was a study by the researchers at Imperial College in London suggesting that without the protective measures during the pandemic, that it could have caused as many as 40 million deaths. So that's a huge number, something that we've never seen within our lifetime. So I thought it was really, really important that we understand that the social distancing and the things that we're putting in place as protective measures are actually working. So I know it's crazy to be cooped up and we all hate this, but keep doing it. It's working. So love that. This week, a huge thing that I think is showing up in everyone's feed is Zoom bombing. Chuck, have you had any Zoom bombing this week?
Well, we've had no live stream bombing, and we're very fortunate. But yesterday, actually, my whole system crashed a couple times, and I had to start late and change my
Oh my
graphics.
God.
So, I think part of it on my side is just the bandwidth. But that Zoom bombing thing, we did have an interview about it. Problematic. We can't have pornos inserted into a elementary school virtual classroom, and that's what's going on. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's really a mess. And Zoom has been pretty candid, well, recently about saying, hey, we didn't really intend to grow this much this fast. But at the end of the day, we can't have people sitting in on these sensitive meetings, especially in the security industry and the cybersecurity industry. The topics that we talk about are not for sharing. So really important that any messaging platform that we're using be incredibly secure. So do your homework, make sure that you know what you're using and all the privacy settings are enabled. That's one thing that people aren't doing enough is setting passwords and permissions. We're able to just pop into a meeting because they have a link or the intercepted email with the link. Super important to get those right.
Well, Ms. Stephanie, I think you may have been live stream bombed because we lost you there for 1 second, but I think you're back. So we'll keep calm and carry on.
I jinxed it. See, I jinxed it. Excellent. So this week, I was really, really happy to see so many CEOs and executives in companies as a whole making big sacrifices, sharing or foregoing their salaries so that their employees can keep their jobs and that they're not going to be laid off or without work during this really awful time. So I'm really inspired by these stories. I love this. Keep those coming. And then last, I just wanted to kind of highlight Adam Honor, former head of security for Dyson, shared a really great article about handling cybersecurity in times of crisis. and adjusting to a work at home model and staying safe. Adam's hugely respected in the industry, big player at ISMA, really, really great talent. So I was excited to see this. But other than that, I've just been spending my week, kicking back, drinking coffee, watching CoronaCon.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you very much. Now, I want to put a little caveat in here, not to pick on Zoom, although I think it may be good eventually for you to have a Zoom bomb new word in the slang dictionary. But this is not unique to Zoom, right? This is happening to all the virtual conferencing systems. Maybe Zoom got the first really bad one, but it does happen. And to your point, Ms. Stefanie, we have to keep them all secure and be careful on all of them for sure. Oh, we lost Ms. Stefanie. Let's see if we get her back here real quick. So it is a problem, and we're even having trouble here with our live stream platform, which is the biggest platform in the world. So just make sure that you guys are careful on your phones, FaceTime, all those different things we're using to connect can be problematic. So I think we'll call out the end of this show and get ready for the 8 o'clock show because we're having a little connection problem with Ms. Stephanie, and we'll see you back here in a few minutes on Security Guy TV and CoronaCon 2020.